A bitch, shut your motherfucking mouth. How about that?
Bumping her goddamn gums.
I need
Multi-stream.
one more chance. Prove my love. Okay, here we go.
All right, stream chat only. All right, I'm about to drop the intro. You got all your shenanigans done over there?
I guess so.
Don't sound like it. All right, welcome to Uncle Legend's Corner. I'll be your host, Uncle Legend, and with me, as always, is my beautiful co-host, called Girl 6, better known as Fox.
Hey, how art thou?
How art thou?
Yes.
Sounding real regal and shit.
You know, how art thou?
How art thou? Yeah. Podcast late today. This is our normal day that we used to podcast on, ain't it?
Yeah, Wednesdays.
Yeah, so there's that. We just been busy. This wedding is a lot of energy.
Hey.
Brother Polite, what's going on, man? Yeah, so we got some things to talk about.
Slightly
So
creased Air Force.
yeah, I slightly creased Black Air Force Ones
We
into the
appreciate
chat.
you always tuning in, Mr.
You know what I'm
Polite.
saying?
That means a
Love.
lot.
All right, so I had a couple. I guess we're gonna go ahead and knock it out. I had a couple of quick gun questions that came in.
Oh yeah, go ahead and knock those out.
All right, so gun questions that I got in. 300 blackout versus 5.56. So 300 blackout versus 5.56 is this age-old argument. But the question is 300 blackout versus 5.56 for home defense. I'm against either, right? Because this is what people don't think about, right? Like, people make the argument like, oh, well, I need more rounds, I need more this and that, or you need more training and better shot placement. Like, all the reason that dudes like who don't train, like gangbangers, for instance, the reason that they run around with magazines, with 36 round magazines out of a Glock is because they can't shoot. So they figure, you know what I mean? It's kind of like if you can't tie a knot, you tie a lot. If you can't shoot a solid shot, shoot a lot, right? So that's what people tend to go with, right? So you don't need a 30 round magazine. And then it's like, you also got to think about the fact, how many people live on that type of land where they can afford to miss one of those shots, right? Like, we own a couple acres, and I cannot afford to miss a shot in certain directions, or I risk the chance of killing my neighbors, right? So you sit there and you think 5.56, you're going to get over penetration. It's going to rip through all the sheetrock and all that other stuff unless your house is built like a panic room.
So basically what you're telling them is come over to Legendary Operations.
Get some training.
Get some training.
We can talk about all this
Get
in
some
class.
Firearm training.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
If you're really worried about something for, like, so 300 black, the upside of 300 black that everybody going to want to talk about is that you can shoot it out the shorter barrel length, smaller gun. I understand that people shoot rifles better than pistols. You got 4 points of contact, right? So you got cheek, shoulder, both hands on there. It's better than just two hands on the pistol. Absolutely. Damn near everybody in the world who shoot a rifle better than they shoot a pistol. Just the nature of the beast. But the problem, and the other upside of it is 300 black, 9 out of 10 people don't even get it suppressed. If you're not going to get it suppressed, you might as well get 7.6239, which is the normal AK round, right? So 300 black, cool to have suppressed because people think, oh, I'm going to get up in the middle of the night and I won't even have to use hearing protection and I'm going to shoot somebody. Let me tell you something. My life on the line, last thing I'm worried about is making sure that I can hear all of the beautiful things in the world. So also, too, I know
bodies hitting the floor.
Yeah, it's bodies hit the floor at that point. So you can sit there and get caught up in the age-old argument of like, oh, 300 black versus 5.56 for home defense. I recommend neither. Like, if you need 300 black or 5.56 for home defense, you need an AR platform, an AR-15, AR-10, AK-47, AK-74. If you need any of those platforms for home defense, you got bigger problems. Like, you done started some shit with some people that you kind of need to like move on to that. So getting this gun that you think has superpowers and all this stuff is not going to save you, right? So yeah, with the barrel length arguments and everything else, shotgun or pistol. Really, that's what you're looking for. You're looking for hollow points or you're looking for shotgun. People will argue, oh, you need slugs. Who are you arguing with that you need slugs coming out of a shotgun? 3-inch slugs, it's like, yeah, okay, if a rhino tries to break into your house, you ready. I don't got rhinos that's going to break into my house, right? Like, there's no rhinos around here. There's no hippopotamus. There's no moose. There's no polar bears. So it's nothing that I like, damn, I need 10 rounds of slug to get through. And for the most part, it's like, if you, even the way Dave Chappelle said it had a little more nuance to it when he was talking about, I'm going to go buckshot, buckshot, and then he'll throw, slug, pepper them up, mix them a little bit. But that argument about, if you shoot him with buckshot, it might not get him. Anybody who's been shot with double aught buck, feel free to enter the chat and tell somebody about, if you get hit with double aught buck coming through, you're not about to keep coming through. If you got Russian Spetsnaz coming to your house, you got different problems. That's a whole different problem, whole different game. 99% of the population is coming to your house to come get you. They either, you start shooting buckshot out the door, they're going to go away. And if they don't, you're dealing with some real killers right here.
Are we still live on a live? Can you see us moving around? Looks like we're frozen or something.
Well, bring it back up. Try it again. We'll take a quick pause for the calls.
Pause for the calls.
Real talk. Nah. Hey, Sales, give me a sound check in the chat, man. Let me know that we still good, because it's frozen up when she brought it up on her phone. If you could do that for me right quick so I can get that pause and keep going. You moving? All right, like appreciate it, brother Polite. All right, yeah, so all the arguments about ARs versus that, I'm a fan of either shotgun or pistol. And, I mean, there's upsides. Appreciate it, Sean. There's upsides to whether you want to rock a light and all of that other stuff. Yeah, we all good in here. Appreciate it. So whether you want to rock a light or you want to do all this stuff, now people say you don't want to get a light, because the tactical idea of you don't want to run a light is, if me and Fox break into your house and you come out the house with a light on your gun, you come out the bedroom, which one you shouldn't come out the bedroom anyway, because unless you are trained in close quarter combat, you probably should just barricade yourself and shoot fish out of a barrel. You give up your location. So if you come out with the light, like my bedroom's that way. So if you came out pointing the light or something like that, I know where you are. Fox knows where you are. So you might hit me because now you can identify me, but Fox also knows where it's coming from. But, I mean, what do you think more likely? What's more likely? You're going to not be able to see the target and shoot your kid or your loved one, or you think that SEAL Team 6 just broke into your house and you going, you just about to John Wick all of them. So what do you think more likely, right? So I would rather take the chance of, if I can't see, I'm going to put the light on and I'm going to take my chances. Like, if you're more worried about that, then sleep with body armor on. Like, everybody got these crazy doomsday scenarios that they're worried about, and it's just not as applicable to real life. And I'm a staunch believer in the Second Amendment, but it's just not this it's not this one-size-fit-all problem, like I got a gun for this, I got a gun for that. No, I have a lot of guns, and I have a lot of guns for a lot of different things. I have guns for hunting. I have guns for competition. I have guns for self-defense. I have guns. So I don't really go with the whole argument for the AR-15. If I'm breaking out the AR-15, that means I'm about to walk out. They can see that. Look at you. They can see that whole bottle right here on the live, looking like a whole alcoholic. So,
wind down.
Yeah, Sean said I'm old. I need a light to get a glass of water. I hear you. And that's what I'm saying, is I need to know who I'm shooting, because it'd be hell if you was to get up and bust Dion and then be like, oh, baby, I'm so sorry. I wanted to be tactical and cool and not give up my position. And now you out here single, dealing with this trash-ass dating pool, sad, with a murder on your record.
Tis trash.
Yeah, so as far as that was the first one, was 300 blackout versus 5.56. If it's some other things, like when you want to get into the barrel length argument and stuff like that, then 300 blackout is superior. Ammo's more expensive, but 300 blackout is superior in the shorter ranges. It's going to have more stopping power, all that stuff that people worry about if that was the case. But if you're just talking about home defense, go shotgun or pistol. Pistol with hollow points, or a shotgun, buckshot, If you need to load some slug up in there for the last two in case the dude brought a rhino with him, right? Maybe he got an African elephant that's in musk and heat with the shit dripping out his eyes, and this is, you know what I mean, it's 5-ton killer machine.
I think that everybody, when they talking about, having home defense guns and all these big guns that they want to have, I think they living in a movie in their head.
Yeah.
This is like,
Yeah.
This is Resident Evil. This
Yeah.
is no, that's not a likely scenario for you. So you don't need all of that.
Yeah,
you know?
like one of the greatest things that people don't realize, everybody always plans their scenario like all of the worst shit in the world just happened and now you're just go. Action. Like, that's not life, right? Like, the number one thing, the greatest thing that you could possibly have is intel. For instance, if I piss off some Mexican drug lords and I move to Mexico and I know that they're probably going to come and try and kill me and my family, now I'm gunned a little different in the house than I would be if I was just coming from Winn-Dixie with some stuff, right? So y'all get so caught up in the movies and a whole bunch of stuff, and it's like, y'all ain't, it's like, and it's like a thing. A lot of people ain't never been to combat, and even people who've been to combat, it's a different scenario where it's like,
oh, they want a 50 cal in their house.
yeah, you want a 50 cal machine gun and the Sea-Whiz here, and the A10 on the, you know what I mean, the A10 on the roof. It's like, yo,
that person don't really need all them bullets.
And the crazy thing is like all of the cool guns you get in the world, you can go right now and get a John Wick 3 2011 with crazy stuff on it. You can go get a CZ Parrot and Checkmate. Yeah, you can go get all of those crazy pistols, and then you can go get a JM 940 Pro. You can go get an M4 Benelli and all these great shotguns and put all the bells and whistles on them and all this stuff, and go get a Novetzky AR-15 and get everything you want on it lit up. If you can't shoot, you can't shoot, dog.
And you need to come to Legendary Operations.
And you need to come to Legendary Operations. It's like, I mean, even just a plug. Like, even if you don't go to Legendary Operations, shame on you. But go to a reputable instructor, right? Because the point of the matter is everybody thinks they can shoot. It's kind of like everybody think they can cook. And it's a whole bunch of people in the chat and your old lady and you and y'all sitting in the chat and y'all talk about I can cook. Gordon Ramsay come in your kitchen. Can you still cook?
Oh, he gonna tell all that.
He gonna wear your ass out in the kitchen because
they gonna cry in the kitchen.
You gonna cry in the kitchen. You gonna cry on the stove.
Cry in the kitchen.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can sit there and think like, I know this and I know that because I've shot or I've done something a whole lot. Gentlemen, especially for the men, let me tell you something. You can have sex with 50 women and not make none of them come. That's the same thing about going to the gun range 1,000 times with shitty training and the whole thing else and having all these bad habits. Sure, you shot a lot of guns. Sure, you own a lot of guns. It don't matter. It's like if I go buy all the pots in the world and all the pans in the world and every cookbook in the world and all the supplies to cook, that don't make me a pro chef. I still need training. So really everything comes down to training, and the first thing starts with like intel and preparation.
You know, I'm laughing to myself. I was just thinking, men at the gun range getting instruction is like women at the gym. Like how they feel a little bit shy, a little bit embarrassed, a little bit.
Oh yeah. Oh, you talking about like women don't want to say like, is this how I'm supposed to squat?
Yeah, we don't want to, draw too much attention to ourselves.
But I think the number one reason for that I usually do like with like, so I'm the president of BGOE Jacksonville, right? Black Gun Owners Education. Obviously, Fox is the first lady. So the number one issue that you have a lot of times is that dudes are overbearing at the gun range. Like Fox will tell you, like if I'm on the range and I could be the range safety officer, I could be whatever. And if you need help, I'll help. But if you ain't doing nothing that's like unsafe, I'm pretty much gonna let you rock. If you want to ask, most people ask. They be like, "Hey, legend, let me holler at you. Hey, my old lady having trouble with this and that, da da da." And I'm gonna give them some game for free because it's like that's the point of the gun club. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna give you the whole dinner for free, but you could try these, or you could try these Hordes divorce.
Hordes divorce.
You know what I'm saying? You could try these Hordes divorce, but I can't give you the whole game for free. But yeah, a lot of it just comes down to like really training, and a lot of people think they could do a lot of stuff, and until you were taught, you are not going to be good at it. Like if you find any man who's good at sex, he didn't learn that from his daddy. He learned from a woman. And usually like men, a lot of times we either learn from the woman that we're with long term or something like that. And we finally shut up and listen and become good at making love to that one woman. Just like if I become good at shooting this one pistol, that doesn't mean I'm gonna grab every pistol and I'm gonna be like the dude from Will Smith when he plays with Suicide Squad when he played Deadeye or something like that. I'm not gonna be Deadeye. I'm gonna be cold as hell with this one pistol and that ammo and that combination, right? Like I'm gonna be cold. That'll make me cold with everything that I'm gonna pick up, right? So the same thing with like women. You're gonna learn from somebody who is a professional, who's better at being a professional than somebody who knows their body, right? Same thing with gun. Who's better at learning from than somebody who actually teaches, right? Because the hardest thing in the world is to get rid of some of the terrible habits you have. So that's out. So if we go on the barrel length argument, I can go into depth about that one, but we'll probably push that one in the next podcast. The other one.
That's right. Life ain't Call of Duty. That's right.
Yeah.
And Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Red Dead. They out there playing games, right? So yeah. So if you really want to get into firearms, it's like firearms ain't a game. Like people look at firearms the way that people look at cars, right? Like if you go buy a McLaren right now, that don't make you a race car driver. So buying a gun don't make you a shooter, right? Like buying a gun, that ain't gonna make you a shooter. Oh, I got a gun. Like it was a sister on they had the video of her. Remember the one I showed you? She was in the store. She had tights on, and I don't even know if she had a gun holstered or not. She just had it sitting there, but it's in the back of her tights. It ain't no
It looked like, from what I saw, it looked like it was a clip holstered. It looked like it was holstered, but it wasn't covered. You know, the way that most people have that.
And so the number one thing you start with before you get into like, oh, I got this crazy gun and everything else. Before you get into the shooting is like the mindset that you. I thought you picked up the whole bottle, Lord, you. So I looked at the corner of my eye like, ma'am, this is a Wendy's. Oh no, I got too much faith in you and your liver. But yeah, so she was sitting in there. She had a gun in the back. She had like a little puffy coat, some tights on or whatever. So she got her phone on her shoulder. You know what I mean? Going through like her wallet or her purse or something like that. She has a big ass duffel bag purse or whatever. So she had the purse. She's sitting over there. She's doing everything else. So
distracted, not aware of her surroundings.
That's your first problem. Because the fact of the matter is the reason why like I encourage women to carry a gun is because if a dude my size run up on you and you 5'3", 125 pounds, unless you just some elite super martial artist, which trust and believe, if you are that person, you will know you're that person. There's no guess about it. Yeah, it's not like, you know what? I watched this movie, so I think I'm a black belt or something. No. So she has zero awareness. So the dude, he went for the gun. She tried to stop him. He rushed her to the ground, take the gun off him. So now what you going to do?
First thing, her gun was in the back of her, right?
Yeah, first and foremost.
It was in the back of her. So she's facing the counter. This is the counter. Her gun is in the back of her. He goes to try to pull it. Missed one time. He tried to get it next time. By this time, he wrestled her to the ground. Her arm is barricaded between her back and the floor, okay? He easily goes and snatched the gun from her, okay? And exits the building.
Yeah, and walks out. And then what are you going to do? So if we just be realistic and cut all the like bullshit equality arguments and everything else and this and that, average size woman, what are you going to do if I take your gun from you? I now have your gun and I'm walking away. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You don't know what I'm capable of or nothing. Just sheer size, 6'3", 270. I just took your gun. I don't care. Like, I would have went and got my gun back. No, you would have went to Valhalla. Like, that's where you was going. You were going to the upper room.
In the upper room.
That's where the hell you going, to the upper room. Tavish, what up, boy? Can Chipmunk shoot guns?
Be like,
yeah, like them videos where people be doing that Detroit defense. Like, damn, man, I used the move.
I did all of it.
I did all. You ain't do none of that right, player. So I don't got nothing for you. So yeah, it's a lot of the stuff is like you got to change your mindset, right? And that's one of the things about gun ownership is like anybody, if you care about guns at all, the first thing we got to do is change the mindset of having guns where we just like, well, so I could buy a gun so I could have it. It's like, think how crazy it would be if people was just like, I could buy a car so I could have it, right?
Yeah.
Now, gun ownership is a right versus driving is a privilege, so they're two different things. But what I'm saying is like still potential to kill somebody if it's handled wrong. So, I mean, really, people just got to change their mindset about.
And then you got to practice. Come on out with us at our events at BGOE.
Yeah.
Practice. You know, you got to practice. You know, I'm one, when we go to the event, sometimes I don't shoot. So this year I decided, well, you know, I'm going to shoot because I can shoot. And I think I shoot very well, right? So I was like, I ain't shooting a while, you know, oh my God, I'd probably be terrible. No, I went out there, it's like riding a bike, you know, but you still have to practice. You still have
you got to get the rounds off.
That's right.
And the other thing about it is like you learn proper technique. So it's like when you go back to it, it's like one of the number one things about going to an instructor and getting your holes exposed about what you do wrong is that you start noticing what you do wrong. That's so if you have a bad shooting day, you like, oh, well, maybe it's my grip, and hold on, let me get my feet. And then you start getting into a rhythm. You know what I mean? I'm slapping the trigger. I'm healing. I'm anticipating. You know what I mean? I'm doing all of these things, and it's like you start catching that stuff yourself, and then you start fixing your own problems and doing everything else. Oh yeah, he talked about this cat that we worked with one time. He said he shot a shotgun from his hip. It was hilarious. Yeah, all of that stuff is like the shooting from the hip and all these like a lot of stuff you probably should train, but it's like that's not something to knock down a 6-pack of beer and be like, I'm gonna shoot this shotgun from the hip. No, that's something that you should actually train with. Shotgun from the hip can be effective, but a lot of times it's kind of like, why are you shooting a shotgun from the hip?
Yeah.
I got two perfectly good shoulders. You know what I mean? What the fuck is we using? We not using our tools properly.
So, and another thing too, in reference to the lady, I mean, for those women who have guns and they want to use their firearms, they want to carry their firearms, that's not where you carry that, and you definitely don't carry it in your purse.
No, because all the comments that people was getting was talking about, oh, why she ain't have it in that big ass purse? Why she ain't having a big ass purse?
No.
Here goes some reasons why you don't get a purse. Let's say that I want to rob you.
I'm gonna snatch your pants.
What do you think I'm gonna go for first?
Right.
You sitting there in your leggings, your Crocs with your puffy coat on. Ain't none of that whole outfit worth about $27 total.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So $27 total, cool. You know what that purse though? That purse worth more than everything you got on, and then potentially that purse has maybe a cell phone, maybe car keys, money, credit cards, this and that. And then guess what you did? Your dumb ass put your gun in there. So now I take your purse. Now you don't know if I'm armed.
That's right. Whole other problem.
But I know that you're probably not armed if I'm walking away with your damn purse and you ain't do nothing about it. Right. So I run off. Now I got your gun. So, you know, at a minimum, if I'm armed or not, I'm armed now because I got your damn purse.
Yeah, you know what's in there. You know how many bullets you
know how many rounds you got. You know how many rounds you got the whole nine. Now you out there with the Pikachu face like, what? No,
now you got to go through the hassle, calling the police, doing all this crap. He going to use your gun. He's going to use your firearm in a crime. You already know it. That's why he took it.
Yeah. So, and then now you got to go and report that. Now, guess what, man? Now your name start getting tagged in some of the background checks. You go for a background check, and they're like, man, you done lost 3 guns this year. You must be selling these shit. So let's start a big investigation. Let's start this stuff, right? So, what? I'm being around you too much. Yeah. Right. So Chanel said, what's the best concealed carry for my wife? The one that she'll actually carry, the one she can shoot. Only 2 things that matter about what make a concealed carry good for a woman is, can she shoot it? Will she actually carry it? For instance, if you go ahead and give her some old big ass gun that's uncomfortable for her, and she normally carry a clutch that you like, ooh, this Desert Eagle's so cool. If she don't want to shoot it, it's worthless, because if she don't bring it with her, I don't care how nice the gun is. You can have this Tarantino tactical pistol and all this stuff, and it's like, if she don't carry it with her, it's useless. It's at the house. It's a paperweight. Guess what's gonna happen when somebody jump on her ass out in public? Nothing. So you got to find out what she used to, what fits her hand, what feels good. Does she want striker fire versus hammer fire? And then go through the things about a gun that matter, right? Like,
so basically, put your pride aside on what you think you know is best for her. Take her to go purchase her weapon. Let her feel it. Let her hold it. Let her grip it. And then take us out here with legendary operations so she can get properly trained. And we show her how to use her firearm.
Yeah. Because it just don't matter. And then the other thing, can she shoot it, right? Because a lot of people get into the stopping power arguments like, oh, you need a 45 in case the dude's this, that, and the third, da-da-da. Cool story, bro. I've been shot by 9, and anybody who ever been shot by 9 will go ahead and tell you that 9 is more than enough stopping power. So you can go ahead and make these arguments about, well, you need a 45, well, you need a 10 mil. Ain't none of y'all been shot. Everybody who's saying ain't none of them been shot. So I've been shot, and I'm going to tell you, 9mm, plenty. I got hit with a 9mm, and whatever I was doing before getting shot stopped immediately. Like, immediately.
Yeah, definitely take her out to feel it for herself.
Yeah, get it in her hands, get some rounds.
Give her your suggestions, but let her do it herself.
Yeah. And for men, when you want to get your woman into it, it's like, don't try to tell them what's best for them. First of all, you got to get educated on what's acceptable for a defense round, right? Like, 38 is still an acceptable defense round, because people are like, 38 too small. 38 is the same diameter hole as a 9mm, which is the same diameter hole as a Makarov 9 or whatever. They're the same diameter hole, right? It's 9x17 versus 9x19. So it's just it's the same diameter hole. So really, what you're thinking? What can she shoot with? What is she comfortable with? Ammo prices, don't worry about that. You're talking about saving your life. Who gives a damn when you're talking about hollow points and what you need? What she will actually carry and shoot. And for women, there's so many more ways to carry a gun now than it used to be. Like, for women before, they just couldn't dress cute anymore. They just had to dress like tomboys or something like that. But Now they got like the in between, like if they got a dress, they got the in between the thigh holsters, they got the outside the thigh holsters, they got they got the waistband ones or something like that. So women can get a whole lot of stuff. They got all the stuff. If they top heavy or something, they got something where they can just plop a titty up, pop a pistol out, pop. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know what I mean? Get busy. So it really just depends on what she gonna shoot, man. Yeah. So if she not comfortable with the gun, it don't matter, right? And it depends on what you can shoot accurate. Like the goal is you should hope with your concealed carry weapon that ultimately the goal is you should be proficient at 15 yards. 15 yards. Because realistically, if somebody outside of 15 yards, like think about it, that's a first down and a half in football.
Yeah, you got time.
If you outside of 15 yards, why you shoot? What is they doing at 15 yards unless they shooting at you? What are they doing? Like cussing at you? Like, I'm gonna fuck you 15 yards away? Keep talking, bro. But
you got time to do whatever it is.
Yeah, you got time to get away probably 15 yards. It's like, don't get out your car and get it. Opinion on revolvers. I think revolvers get it done. Revolvers are the most. I was really big on revolvers back in the day because they was reliable. Every time you pull the trigger, it go bang. And if you were using it for felonious capers, they don't leave the brass shell. Felonious capers. They don't leave the brass shell. It stays inside the cylinder of the revolver. However, you got to change your whole grip on a revolver. There's a thing called staging. You cross your thumbs. It's a different grip and everything, not to be confused with the way that you normally hold the hammer fire, the striker fire pistol. I think they're great. They got a low capacity, though. So when you get into it, really, they got a low capacity. And now even when you think about those high-powered revolvers, like when you start thinking about like 357, guess what? I got a Glock 40 and 10 mil, the only Glock I own, or probably ever will ever own.
That is my trauma weapon right there, 357 revolver.
Yeah.
Yep, that's my trauma weapon. That is a firearm that really made me afraid of anything dealing with
Fox
shooting.
wasn't with it. First time I took Fox to the range, she told me about that, and we shot. I don't even think we shot a pistol the first time we went to the range. I think we shot all rifles.
Yep, all rifles.
Because we was at American Patriot.
I had a traumatic experience, and it made me afraid, like deathly afraid of guns.
And then she started shooting big shit.
And when he took me out there, I hate the fact that I was dating him. He had all these guns everywhere. I didn't like that. I was just to even look at it, I was afraid. Like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to keep that thing away from me. Don't touch it. That's going to go off and pop you and me in the head. Mm-hmm. That was me. But when he took me out there, he showed me, and I'm just like, okay, got it.
Good to go. So revolvers, cool. They got hammerless revolvers, right? Where basically they got an internal hammer, and those are pretty good for concealed carry. So it really depends on what you're using it for, right? Like, I feel as though striker fire and hammer fire guns have become so reliable that even with ammunition and everything else like that, and ammunition done got so good and stuff like that. And then just with the training is that, like, I don't really be seeing a huge need for revolvers in a comparison, but you can't count them out. They all reliable. You pull the trigger, they gonna go bang unless something wrong with the ammo. Like, they gonna go bang unless, there's very few moving parts, easy to disassemble, keep clean, the whole nine. Easy to make safe, especially if it's a double action revolver and the cylinder comes out versus a single action. I don't like single action revolvers. That's what Alec Baldwin shot old girl with.
Yeah.
Single action revolver, not knowing the weapon. But single action revolver, they take longer to go check, and then you got to be like real careful because you can only check.
About that no more, huh? I need to see what's going on.
Let me tell you, Alec Baldwin, a wild boy. All right, so any gun questions y'all got, send them to askunclelegend@gmail.com.
That's right.
And
more than happy to.
We'll get into those. But Alec Baldwin, this dude started a podcast.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'm just saying, I can't think of a worse time to start a podcast. Imagine if I had shot somebody that I'm like.
What we say about energy? Negative energy. There's no such thing as negative publicity.
Publicity, but there's such thing as negative publicity with a murder charge.
Listen, he's still, while he hot right now, you got to capitalize on that.
I need this charger.
So he did. Yes, no problem. So he did this podcast because he knows that his name is out there. Everybody got things going on. They have all these opinions about what happened. So I won't say, well, allegedly he did, but allegedly.
No, it ain't no allegedly. He shot somebody.
Yeah.
Allegedly about how it happened or whatever.
Malicious or whatever the case is, intentional and all that. But so why not capitalize on that? I would.
I just feel as though that's kind of like
getting people who dislike him and like him still tune in to his message.
I don't know. I guess it might be different for a rich white person than it would, because I always think about like what happens to rappers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like, it wouldn't have been a good deal for Bobby Smurda or C Murder or any of these cats to be like, yeah, let me talk some more shit about guns and killing people and all this other, you know what I'm saying?
Well, is that
And
what
then
he's
music.
talking about though?
No, but just even, it's just kind of like, I just like,
I feel
from
like it's a slap in the face in a way.
the family might see it as a slap in the face. I just feel like it's kind of like, if you fuck something up, lay low. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't go and be, you know what I mean, braggadocious. Like, after you take a person's life, like, we ain't talking about like you said some like sexist comments and a woman got upset. We talking about you removed her off the fucking census.
So yeah, that's kind of hard.
Yeah.
To be removed off the census.
Removed off the census.
But no, I don't take it as that though. I take it as, you know, maybe if you're saying lay low, that means that I'm guilty a little bit. Like, why am I worried? If I didn't do anything, I'm gonna proceed with my life, knowing that this is going on. I'm gonna be a bit cautious. However, maybe acting is something that he's just like, you know what? Let me just take a break from that. Now I'm doing podcasts and see. Let me just some easy. I ain't got to interact with that many people. I'm just relaxing. You know, so that could be an avenue that he took because of this. So,
I mean, I guess so. I think you could have just took your ass to the house and just shut up for a while.
No, he still wants to be in the light. He still has.
And you can't say that moving like, and you can't
create.
say that moving like you like, because you saying like moving like you like you're innocent. You should move that way. You know who moved that way? Jeffrey Epstein.
He did, didn't he?
Jeffrey Epstein moved like he ain't fuck no kids. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was just out here just having sex with adult women consensually. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all that.
Well,
moving.
why does he have to? Why does he have to keep himself in a box if he's truly innocent? Like,
I'm not saying he has to. I'm just saying I'm not sure if that's the greatest look.
Why? It doesn't matter what it looked like. It's like,
it does
I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I'm still gonna proceed with my life. It's a terrible tragedy that happened.
I feel like perception is reality, and then on top of perception being reality, there's like, you're guilty in a court of public opinion before you even hit courts.
That's
you know
true.
what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, I don't know. I guess I would kind of be like, if my money ain't, I'm not hurting for no money, I get the buzz. And if it was a buzz for like anything else, like, this ain't Janet Jackson popping a titty out at the Super Bowl.
So when last time you seen Alec Baldwin into some stuff? Why you talking about if he ain't heard for money? Maybe his status quo. Maybe it's a little different.
Yeah. If that's the case,
than what it was before.
If that's the case,
he has to maintain
let
what
it all
he's
go.
built. You know, so
and that's the case. Let it all go.
And now we're
do
in
your
this
thing,
age
player.
of not being in front of people. We're not being face to face with everyone now. So how do we get our message, our art, our creations across through these internets and through these sound waves,
these
and
intrawebs?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel you. I guess I'm not saying he's wrong. Like, I'm not saying he's wrong. I can't tell nobody they're wrong, right? You're an innocent man. You're an innocent man, and maybe this was already in the cards for him, right? But I just don't know if it's the best look after you remove somebody from the census, my guy. So I don't know. I'm just saying, I don't know. Like, so if I was your public affairs, I don't know what that is. Like, I'm not a public affairs dude. I just know it's kind of like, I don't know. Like, you know how, like, I don't know if that's reading a room. You know how, like, people can't read a room?
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's like, that's one of the ones where it's like, yeah, I don't know if you checked the temperature good before you came back out there with that. You know what I'm saying? Because the first thing, most of all, is like, if I take somebody's life and it was an accident, then I guess I would be consciously thinking about the family, but I can't expect myself out of other people.
Right. I was just about to say, you're different, because when you do something wrong, like you realize it, you just dwell in it. Like, it's like the cloud of, oh my fucking God, I hurt this person or whatever. It is the cloud.
Not anymore.
So it is, and more. Okay. It is the cloud. So you can tell, things shift inside of you or whatever. And then you'll go back. You'll go as a hermit and try to be in this moment of like, oh my God, I did this. You just over and over again.
But let me tell you something. If I kill you,
but you have to be able to move past things.
So if I adjust the census on purpose, I'm moving past that shit next meal. Like,
even if you do it accidentally, it's like, I understand. Okay, survivor's guilt in a way ish. So. But you still cannot prevent yourself from moving forward, though. It was an accident. You didn't mean to cut you off, but
I just want you to take a look over there at the puppies. Look at Coco looking real beautiful over there.
She's a fine. Bing.
That's a pretty bit. Look at Rocky big head ass picked up. Somebody say something about me?
No, he said Coco. He heard Coco and he like, well,
Who talking about my bitch?
Yeah, that's right. Who talk about him?
Look, he don't even know where to put his head at. Big head ass puppy.
Lay down, Rocky. He gonna put his booty in her face. Okay.
We don't want you to see it.
Anyway.
Yeah, Sale said live ammo should have never been on the movie set. Yeah, even when they was talking about that, like the wild thing about it is like one, you had live ammo, two, you got the yeah, I know what you meant when you put. I know it wasn't love ammo. We shooting out Care Bear hearts and shit. I know you meant live ammo. I care. Yeah. So I think that one, and it's crazy. They said the armorer, his armorer was a female, and she wasn't there. Her being a female was, I was saying she was a female to think of her name, but I can't remember her name because they said her dad was an armorer or something like that. Regardless of what, she was, from my understanding, she wasn't even there that day. So that's a wild day to be handling guns. Like, hey, I hired a gun person, but the day that I'm gonna handle the gun, no gun person.
Right. I don't know. I think that they should really investigate.
I mean, and they probably are. They probably are. Really, but you got to think all of this shit right now that's going on between like Russia.
To me, if there's no armory, there's no guns on set.
Yeah,
that's my thing. So why were there any guns on set in the first place if there's nobody to make sure that it's safe?
Yeah,
that it's where it needs to be and in the hands that it needs to be in.
Yeah. But I just think that it's crazy. Like that might have happened, right? Like they might have investigated this, and his name is like extra clear, and he clean or something like that. Because the problem is, like, if you think about the news right now, the only things that I can think of that I really hear about on the news, and we don't really watch the news traditionally anymore, because it's like, well, I mean, if we want to lie, we can lie to each other. We ain't got to watch TV for it.
Nah, I don't lie to each other. I don't do no lying.
I'm messing with you. But think about this. So. Apparently, they said something about like in politics, right? And we ain't gonna delve into it, but they said something about Hillary Clinton hacked Donald Trump's email. All the shit with like, and the only thing you hear about, and like you hear about the COVID shit, possibly all the stuff going on with Russia, and they was talking about like they cured a couple people of AIDS. Actually cured a couple people. That shit ain't even in the news.
We already knew that
because I guess COVID the new AIDS now.
Yeah, that is the new.
I guess COVID the new AIDS now. Shit different.
But true, yeah, people have been cured.
It's a lot of shit going on. We like, and even though we about to talk about Kanye, it's like Kanye is getting more airplay than a lot of this stuff, and it's just like, what are we really putting in the news, man? Like the news is like straight up shenanigans nowadays, right? So I mean, I don't really know. Oh, one last thing that they came in on the email: short names are stupid, and we was talking. So there's like, I don't understand short names. So when they talk about short names, and this is a conversation wind up having.
Fox is stupid.
No, not short names like short as in letter, like, but it's short names like.
Say it to my face.
No, when people getting called William versus, like getting called Bill or something like that versus William, or Dick versus Richard. I
said that to you. We had that conversation not long ago, and I was like, why do they call people Richard Dickey? Like, where?
Dick, yeah. It's something like I understand if your name Robert and we call you Rob.
It's no D in there at all. Where is it come from?
Okay, nothing.
What that? Somebody, if you know the origin of this, please drop a line. Let us know.
Yeah, it's like Billy D. Williams' name is William D. Williams. So like, what is we doing, cuz?
William, where does Bill come from?
Where does Bill? B. Like, I understand Will.
No B.
Like, I had a homeboy growing up in high school. His name was Willie.
I think people be drunk and they just like, what Bill? No, that's not how it goes.
Like my homeboy Willie, we called him Will. We had another homeboy named William, the dude who came by. Woodruff. His first name William. We call him Will.
The only name I can understand is Rick from Ricky, or Richard even, or Richard even. I can understand Ricky being from Richard, but I can't understand Dick being from Richard or Bill being from William or what else? What do they got?
I mean, Maggie short for what? Margaret.
Yeah, Margaret, Marjorie.
I guess that's close enough, maybe.
Yeah, it's close enough. Like I can get that, but the ones that has this, you don't have the same consonants. You don't have them.
Yeah, like,
where do you come from?
You just brought your own consonant to the party. Like, hey, can I get a B? Like, no,
right.
no, William.
No, you can't.
Your nickname is Will.
No B in your name. There will be no B's.
Oh
here.
yeah.
Charlie,
Chuck, and Charlie. It's like.
No, I don't see.
No,
it's just because it start with C. It's still different. I wouldn't do no.
Yeah, Charles, Chuck. Might as well call him Chop.
Yeah, Like, come on, Chipotle. Charlie. I want Chuck. Where Chuck come from? What is that?
Like, I get Charlie. And then this the crazy thing. People
Charles
name it be Charles. Charlie. No, people name it be Charles, and they call him Charlie. It's not.
I mean,
you don't nickname somebody Charles
interchangeably though.
But I get it's like you just made the name longer. Like syllable wise, you went from one syllable to two syllables. Like, oh yeah, you know, your name what?
But Chuck doesn't have a purpose.
Out.
Like Chuck. Who wants to even be named Chuck? That sounds like a fat kid. Chuck.
Sounds like the bit you use to tighten up your drill bit, but you know what I'm saying? Or beef,
Chuck.
like beef chuck. Like woodchucks.
Chuck.
Tony is short for Anthony. That's not
Anthony.
Anthony. And then you come with Tony.
You forget the TH in there.
James and Jamie. Is James? No, Jim. James is Jim. That's what it is.
Yeah,
I don't know how
James
you
is
get Jim from James.
Yes.
Like James and Jamie, I don't know. That's kind of like
Oh my
you ain't know if
God.
you was having a son or a daughter, so you.
Jim from
Ooh.
James. That's ridiculous. I think people just
Hold on. Damn, this is the first time this happened in a while.
We got other things going on.
I know. Hold on. No.
Oh my
You
God.
ain't know if you was having. James and Jamie, I don't know. That's kind of like you ain't know if you.
I don't know. I don't know.
You don't know if you was having a son or a daughter. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I wouldn't do Jim for James. It has nothing. One doesn't have anything to do with the other.
at all.
That's retarded.
So I don't understand the Jim and James one. Like,
Explain
don't get
that
it.
to me. Who did this? Who is the name changer?
I don't know.
I need to know.
Who was sitting there looking and was like, you know what, James?
You know what?
I wanna
look
call
like
you
a
Jim.
James. You look like a Jim. Who is that person? And
Yeah.
and who followed it? That's
Who
what I need to know.
like who was
I need
just
the
like
first follower?
Like I just know whoever came up with that dumbass idea to change like Anthony to Tony and James to Jim, and you know what I mean, like Michael and Mike make sense.
That's right. Yeah.
You just saying like you know my homie, you know what I'm saying, Wonder Bread. He Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
I'm not gonna call him Michael
Hey,
or
Mike.
Dave and David. That makes perfect
I might
sense.
call you Michael Mike.
Yeah, or my boy Robert. I call him Rob. You know what I'm
Robert
saying?
is Bob.
Yeah, Robert is Bob.
I
It's
think
like,
drunk people did this. That's it.
Yeah.
It has to be.
and it had to be wild
Is it
drunk people.
Bob.
Yeah. Built the hey, Rob, you know what I mean, and just start getting after it.
Like,
So they was wild with it. So I don't know. So I think we talked about the Kanye documentary on last podcast. So I got to upload that one after this one. So we ain't watching nothing else on that. We don't really need to get too heavy in the Kanye one. What else you had? You had some topics for us?
So we already at like 45 minutes.
Not really, because we probably at like 38.
Now, why you say 38?
Because when we started it, I had it already playing in the background.
Oh, okay.
Welcome to the podcast, Fox.
Well, so anyway, I don't pay attention to those lines going on. It's too many lines, you know.
Yeah, okay.
So basically, there was something that one of my childhood friends posted up / favorite DJ Swag in the building, right? He ain't in this building, but you know.
I was about to say.
So he had posted something like, what is the thing you need the most in a relationship? And so I was looking at all the responses from people, but none of them.
Depressing was the responses?
It was sad because I
Sex, blowjobs.
Well, no, not that. It was,
money,
no, okay,
money.
So no, actually, it's surprising because a lot of people said a lot of substantial things, titles of things, right? Naming things, but nobody ever described what that means to them. That's what kind of caught me like, what?
Like, give some examples.
So they, loyalty.
I hate
trust.
when people. I hate when people talk about that
communication.
Loyalty shit. You know. I've come to the conclusion that when people say they want loyalty, when you got people who they're like, I just need loyalty. I need loyalty. Loyalty nowadays means I want you to deal with my bullshit no matter what. Like, I might not get better. I might not change. I'm not going to do anything. And you know what loyalty is? Loyalty, I might not get anything done. You need the bills paid. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do any of this. Just like, Fox, be loyal to me. But I ain't getting none of the bills paid. I ain't piping you down right. I'm fucking around on you. I'm doing all this stuff.
So they're
be
thinking
loyal.
about what they need versus like what comes after and or what they need to provide as well. So
it is that too, yeah.
Yeah. So I was looking at all these different responses. It was a gang of them, okay? And none of them could describe, what do you mean by trust? What do you mean by communication? What do you mean by commitment? What do you mean by dedication? Nobody could describe any of those things. So I was just thinking, and so when I responded, I was like, well, I don't know what all that shit mean, but I mean, I know what it means, but
let me tell you something.
I just thought that describing what we need from a relationship, I do believe that for the most part, our needs come from a trauma that we've had.
It don't necessarily got to be a trauma, but I think it's a deficit.
Well, a lack
Like
of
a deficit ain't always a trauma.
Well, sometimes because
No, I'm
if
saying
you need it, then I think that it becomes a trauma.
Traumas are always deficits. Deficits are not always traumas.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying?
I can see that. So what I said was, basically, when I believe that, so for the most part, the things that we feel like we need, it comes from a trauma, right? And yes, it would be something that we're lacking, but I didn't say that part in there, obviously, because you just brought that up. But
that's why you should always
so
talk.
I just kind of I don't always talk to you when I'm responding to posts. I think I'm
you shouldn't be trolling on the internet.
Anyway, I wasn't trolling.
Trolling.
So basically, I was just telling them,
trolling down the river.
So for me, my traumas and everything is dealing with self-expression, right? Self-expression. So that comes in line with communication. But because you're missing that, you also have to be able to provide the opposite on the other end, right? So just because you can gain, you have to also give. And so that's something that I mentioned as well because, like with communication issues, right? I didn't know how bad I was, how terrible I was with communication. And I was silenced for a long time in my previous relationships. And so that's why I felt like it was so important for me to just speak my mind.
Now she the mouth of the South.
Do that. You ain't about to do that. You're not going to, No, I ain't having none of it, by the way. Still not having none of it. But I did learn, just from being with you and what you bring, your issues or not issues or whatever. Anyway, your issues. So I have to reciprocate, or not the same thing, but be on the opposite end of that. So if I'm giving, I need to learn how to accept and receive what it is that you are saying, what it is that you feel.
You goddamn right, Chris. My cup is empty. So what Fox is trying to say in not so many words is, if we're in a relationship and I need these things from you, I also have to provide the things that you need.
That's right.
Because if I'm helping you fill your gap and your hole with what bothers you and your traumas and your this and that, you also have to do the same for me.
Yeah.
Because everybody is so willing to take about like, oh, I need all of this, but they don't want to provide any of that stuff because they like, oh, I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to deal with that. Well, who want to deal with your shit?
Who wants to deal with you and your boo?
That's the Reader's Digest version of, because I speak Foxology.
That's right. He does. So so that was one of the things that I wanted to kind of, because I'm like, I really like that topic, that he brought up, because
I think the topic dope. This is the only reason I don't like topics like that. We're going to keep it a buck, because 80% of that shit, so I say 20% of that might be something worth talking about. 40% of it is a bunch of people capping to make it sound like they deeper than they really are, or that they, the simps and pick-me's and other people who just like, well, you know what? This the dude who gonna hop in and be like, because as a man, you supposed to understand that once you do all of this stuff for a woman and you do this and that and blah, 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 and you go capture the moon and you do this and that. One, fam, you don't do none of that. All you trying to do is, after I don't do that for old girl, you trying to slide into her DMs, give her some more traumatic experiences or something like that, and then be like, yep, on to the next one. And then you got the women on there who will hop in and say whatever, and they'll be waiting. And women, just like dudes, I hop in the chats and be like, yeah, I need honesty, I need trust. And then when I tell you look wild in that dress, or you built like a fucking bell pepper, but I say it nice, or something like that, now you're like, he's so disrespectful, he rude, this and that. You can't expect all of this crazy shit. We expect people to be perfect and bring us perfection. And we so flawed. Yeah, so it's just kind of like, get out of here with it. And then it's kind of like, everybody's a work in progress. Like we say that constantly. Like, we live in an age where we wouldn't have let Malcolm X, we wouldn't have let Malcolm Little become Malcolm X. We wouldn't have let Martin Luther King become what he became, or whatever. We wouldn't have let none of these people grow and develop, because it's just like, that cancel culture shit done oozed over into our real lives. Where it's just like, we like, oh, well, such and such said this, cancel. And cancel somebody is the laziest shit you can do. Like, I'm telling you, it's just lazy, because it's like, we need to cancel him. And it's like, I've amounted to nothing. All I have is this phone built by child slaves, and this phone bill is probably through an unreputable fucking dealer, or I'm over my head in fucking bills. So you know what I want to do? Cancel someone else for making a mistake that I already made. Anybody who sits there and hops on the whole cancel people and do all of this crazy shit, or the whole like, all men should be doing this or all women should be doing that, bring out all the tweets. Like, it's a woman who be on Facebook and Twitter or whatever, and she be like digging up people's shit. Like, I showed you her.
Oh yeah, you showed me.
Yeah, I showed you her when people be up there like, oh, this and that, da da da, and they be up there like, well, oh, you was a pick me, you this and that, and she be like, I figured you would say that, so let me show your old tweets. Boom, 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 and then she give them the business and stuff like that. So who's really like the one to sit here and judge and do things right? And I think too many times, like, when I look at them posts, man, I just like. The gift and the curse of reading through the bullshit is like, yep, you full of shit, you full of shit. You might be somewhat honest, you full of shit, you full of shit, you full of shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a constant thing that we do as people. That's just amazing to me, because I wonder if it's like everybody has to go through this cycle of being full of shit and kind of realizing they full of shit and then being like, well, yeah, well, I know I'm full of shit and now I got to get through that cycle. And then you just wind up like, and if you focus on it, you wind up keep saying it. You're at different
levels of your full of shitness. That's what it is. Yeah. You had to go through that same level of, damn, I'm full of shit, but well, if nobody don't catch me, then fuck it.
But I just feel like and I'm still full of shit now, but I'm not I'm full of different shit.
You different.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got different
shit.
It ain't, like this ain't the same. This ain't the same. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the same 90s shit.
Mushy. You ain't the mushy when you hungry.
You getting a little too in depth on feces right now.
I mean, you the one who said it. I'm just trying to get details. You know, I love details. Proceed. Read.
I knew you was gonna brew.
I'm a brew at heart. You know what
I'm saying? Yeah, your heart ain't even on that. Did you grab the wrong titty? You said I'm a brew at heart? No, you grabbed the right titty. Yeah, we have a video. We have a video. I will go see.
Mm-hmm. It was in the middle of my chest.
It's a lot of real estate.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
As long as you know.
But yeah, so I don't know. So I think that's a dope topic, and I think a lot of topics are dope if people can have an adult conversation about it. Too many people want to just like want to be right. They want to seem like they have like this like super in-depth take on things, and they want to do all of this, and it's like,
the thing about it is that,
dog, you regular like everybody else.
So you saying, basically, what do you need the most in a relationship? Why do you think you need that the most?
Yeah, that's a bigger question.
Why do you think
the thing I need the most is I need somebody with money, or I need somebody with sex. I need somebody with all of this.
Or even communication. No, it's probably not what you need. You probably don't need that the most. You probably think you want that based on what you see everybody else say. Oh, communication is key. How do you know that?
And
why is that true for you?
And that's because group thinking is now the norm, where it's like, I genuinely feel like whenever something pops up, the first thing that people do, like, some people go to the comments for entertainment, but in all reality, majority of us go there to check the temperature and see what it is and be like, because it's like when you look at the comments, it's two things that you do. One, you go for the entertainment. You rubbing on my leg like that, girl.
I'm rubbing on my leg. Stop.
But first, you go to the comments for entertainment, and the second thing you do is you go into the comments and you go and read the temperature and find out what's going on. Like, oh, is this how people feeling? Oh, this what's up? And you might have went in there hot feeling a certain way, and then you go and look at the comments and be like, oh, maybe I should cool off, or maybe I shouldn't say nothing about this, because you be thinking about saying something, and it's like,
let me see what it's going first.
Let me see how it's going first. Check the temperature. But I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, because I feel like it's a bad thing because it becomes groupthink. Excuse me, it becomes groupthink. I feel like it's a good thing because people get a chance right now to realize that, like, oh, there's no point of voicing my art. Like, I remember it's so many posts that I've posted on when people say something, and then it be kind of like, the man versus woman shit and all of that. And literally, and somebody like tag me or say something, and I'm like, I ain't even dumb enough to get in this discussion. Meaning that it's just like nothing good is going to come out. Nothing productive is going to come out of this. Like, I am going to do nothing but burn through all my brain cells.
Usually it won't, especially, if you and the other person is having a conversation, then okay. Yes, you might learn something, and that person might as well. However, if the whole world is involved, no, it's too many.
No, because it's just like
it's
just like if me and you get into an argument, like we in school, if we in school or something like that, and me and you might have could have talked it out. But then everybody came around and was like, Fox, punch him in the face.
And
this and they were like, legend, pop her in the mouth, this, that, that, da. Now we scrapping. Well, not me, because we come from everywhere where dudes and women wasn't really fighting. But if we two dudes or two women, that's what's going to happen. They come over and they boom, boom, boom. Hey, Fox, do this. Hey, Sheila, do that or whatever. You know what I mean? Or Legend, do that. Larry, do this. Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like everybody getting to it. Now it's like, oh, you got to be tough. And that's what I always used to say about, I'm up like, hey, I don't want I ain't trying to kick it with the dude who say like, dog, I'm tough. And dog, I'm this and that. I want to, like, the dude I respect is the dude, we can get it on in the alley. Like, if it's just me and you, nobody around, you going to keep that same energy when you see me?
3 minutes, 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, you going to keep that same energy when you see me? Like, not, oh, everybody around, I got to look tough, let me poke my chest out, I'm a rooster and cock-a-doodle-doo. Nah, when you see me in the alley by yourself, ain't nobody to break this up. And listen, you goddamn right, I'm fucking Rufio. I can fight, I can fly, and I can crow. You know?
Halfway fly. Roosters don't really fly.
Rufio.
Kind of glide.
Can you jump on the roof?
I can jump on the roof.
Elaborate.
I can climb up there.
No. That's climbing. That's climbing.
Jump up there.
That's climbing.
No.
I'm talking about from
when.
ground
to
roof.
No, but you ain't say when, though, just to be clear.
I ain't say when.
You didn't say when.
I didn't say how. I said jump on the roof.
Right.
So I was meaning from ground to the roof. That's
You
what I
ain't
mean.
say-
Now. Okay, I clarify now.
Okay,
Can you jump on?
there.
Can
I
you
just
can you
said
can you get on the
no.
roof? All right, then you can't fly.
Okay.
I'm talking about you don't really fly.
Anyway.
People always trying to hate on you. They ain't penguin. They can get a little pop, 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 a little glide in. You know what I mean? People trying to disrespect the rooster.
That's all you need is a pap, pap, pap.
That's all you need sometimes. Pap, pap, pap. You know how many people are knocked out with a pap, pap, pap? You know how many people right now don't got all their adult teeth?
Two piece in a biscuit.
You know what I'm saying? Because they got that pap, 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 2 piece in the biscuit.
What's
Thigh,
this
wing,
long
higgy.
comment? What's going on?
All right, so sales, that's my cousin. He said, I go into the comments just to piss MFers off. Absolutely
that's
right.
Why, that's why people can't have logical conversations or like peaceful conversations because of you.
No, not necessarily, because if you can't have a peaceful conversation, the type of comments that he make ain't gonna piss you off. Why? If you can't have a peaceful conversation, then
because he gonna spark the other followers, the other ignoramuses to be like, oh, if you something, just say that then. Like, no, we trying to really talk about this. Why y'all?
If you trying to really talk about it, don't do the shit on the internet.
Why y'all trying to have because sometimes you want the intelligent folks to come in.
Well, then don't do it on the internet. The intelligent folks are out getting money and doing other shit. They're not gonna spend 15 hours on the internet in the comments. They won't
spend 15 hours in the comments. However, if there's someone who is available that is intelligent, who can add their enlightenment,
you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna do the same thing that everybody that you know is intelligent does. Oh, I can insert something intelligent here. If you gay, then say that then. I'm no longer going to say anything else in this chat. On to something else that actually pays the bills.
Let me tell you, one thing I just don't like trollers. I don't. Like, that's crazy. You sit there all goddamn day to do what? You could be doing something else.
There's levels to trolling, though.
Create a business plan. Do something else.
There's levels to trolling.
Why are you sitting all your days, all your hours?
I mean, but I'm saying there's levels to that,
though. Commenting on what other people say or what you see. Do something else.
But I'm saying I'm not a troll, but there's levels. There's people who they dedicate their life to trolling, and then there's people just like, I'm bored.
They don't have a life.
I could go smoke crack, but I guess I'm going to troll somebody on the internet.
I mean, I prefer them to go do that than to troll somebody.
Smoke crack?
Yep. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and do it because you're just as unproductive. So you might as well.
I survived the Cold War. I'm a product of the Reagan era, so I don't know about that.
Like, it's so stupid to me. Like, you have so much potential, but this is what you choose to do?
I mean, I could say that
day in and day out?
I mean, you know what, man? If that's, you could be out here doing some wild shit. You know what I'm saying, Tina?
Crack, Tina.
You know what I'm saying? Pretty Tina, Puerto Rican out here.
God,
you know what I'm saying?
You,
But yeah, you know what I mean. It's like Fox out here on the new POTUS plan. When you Fox gonna be out here passing out y'all brand new crack pipes. Like, here you go, do drugs safely, do drugs safely.
Colors,
you know what I'm
whatever
saying?
you need.
Here go red for the this and that crack over there.
Stay off the internet, okay? Stay off the internet.
Hey, bro, I'm telling you.
I miss you. Oh my God, it'll be good for us to get up again.
Yeah, if trolls don't steal, crackheads steal.
So I'm gonna just turn everybody into thievery.
Guess what trolls not doing? I can turn off the internet. I can't turn off the internet if this crackhead steal the goddamn modem. Like I don't want that shit, right? So Kenny said, I'm reading a book on communication to help my marriage just to improve my role.
Kenny,
I respect that.
God.
I respect that, sir.
That's so dope.
Mr. Really, I respect that.
That is so dope. Let me tell you, communication is, I struggle with it like terribly. And I've gotten, come on, you better, come on, let me pop my collar. Now I deserve to have my collars pop. Well, whatever I'm popping, brassieres and tachas and whatever.
Ho, now you about to be a married woman.
Yeah, we got like 7 days. We got a whole week loved. Get ready. Like what TDJs, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready, get ready.
So made me nervous. So feet got chilly. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
I ain't worried about no cold feet because we're gonna chop them hoes off and got warm blood coming through. You'll be good. Next.
My name is not Toby. It's Kunta Kinte. It's not Toby. You ain't cutting my goddamn feet off. So anyway, Kenny said, and one of the key points I've never heard before was different, but not wrong. Seems like the new take on patience and conversation. That's true because a lot of times we just feel like if we got something and we got it right, we treat it like most math problems. Like I ain't talking about when you get to think about absolute values and all that stuff, but just like 2 + 2 is 4, dog. Like unless you go and put some parentheses and brackets, some this and that, 2 + 2 = 4, and we think it's only one way to get to a conclusion or a way, but it's necessarily not a right or wrong way. It's kind of like what's acceptable for. I think and I agree with that what he's saying, and I think we also need to look at that and be like, hey, we need to that's somebody following us, Fox. I know you heard it. He's like, what did that sound?
That was magical.
It was magical. but I think a whole lot of people need to look more into the idea of like you can do things a different way, right? Like if I tell you like, hey man, open the door. If you open the door with your feet is weird. You know what I mean? But the door got open. All I told you to do is open the door. One of the famous military leaders said, don't tell people what to do. Don't tell people how to do things. Tell people what to do and let them surprise you with the results. You'll learn a lot more about your men, right? And don't get on your sexist shit. Obviously, military leaders and women didn't do all that shit. I don't want to hear none of that. Y'all could stop sending me emails about my misogynistic ways because it is what it is, right?
It is. Yeah.
So, different but not wrong, get it, right? Sometimes people just different and they got a different way of looking at things, and you have to respect that people bring a different review, and you should understand, like, I never thought about it that way, right? Like, Fox asked me some shit sometime, and I'm like, oh, well, da-da-da-da-da. She'll be like, you know, that's why I asked you, because I never even thought about it that way. And it's like, boom, cool. It makes me feel as though my input is wanted, right? Because otherwise, it's like you got to think about the way that you respond to people input when they say things. You be like, no, you should just agree with me. And then it's like, all right, well, in that case, I ain't going to say shit. Yeah, she crazy. Mm-hmm.
And on the flip side, I get like 2 days that, we don't talk about what you said. And, okay, well, as long as you know, then that's it. That's the most important thing. As long as you get the point, as long as you have a different outlook on a certain situation, I think that is what we all aim for and what we strive for, right?
Patti LaBelle just dropped a new album.
That is not petty. How is that petty?
On my side, all right, so the beautiful Boricua side, hey beautiful.
Yes.
Sales out here trying to get my security clearance pulled. All right, bro, I see you out there. Fox, you don't even know what that mean, do you?
Well, what? I wasn't even listening. I was just thinking about Tina. What? Let's go, Brandon.
You know what that mean?
Who the hell is Brandon? I got a nephew named Brandon. I know about his name Brandon. I know
I'm telling you right
Brandon.
now. I just want to let you know right now, my homie Sean is probably watching this podcast. If not, he going to listen to the audio. And the next thing he going to say is, where do you be hiding Fox at? Because Fox always saying some sus shit. Last time it was the fact that you ain't no Bobby Smurder. No, that's my cousin Sales who said that. But let's go, Brandon. That's the new F the president thing. Don't worry about how go to, but that's basically whenever you see that somewhere, like when you see it and you see it now,
where you hide me.
Yeah, like when you go see that, this and that, you'll see that people, you know what I'm saying, you'll see the signs that say like, and when they say that thing like let's go, Brandon's talking about like, it's basically saying like F Joe Biden.
All right, look fam. So where he hides me at, he don't hide me, okay? I hide myself. Like I try not to be involved with all the trends and the bullshits that goes on in the internet, the intranet. I don't know. Some things just don't interest me. Like I'm just not that person. Yeah. I don't keep up with all the shits that the world keep up with all the time. Like give me something simple. I'm good. Like
Fox is a monolith. She's just out here doing amazing things. Yo, Mario said, when I see a post and people are trolling and or arguing, etc., I just keep scrolling. I don't have the energy to deal with them. If I let that negative energy get in my head, it throws me off. I mean, I respect that, and I wish I could be that positive, but I'm going to tell you right now, you bring some negative energy my way, I just feel like, hey,
You ready?
Hey, you know what I'm
you
saying?
with all the shit.
I ain't gonna
You
sound
know
with
what
all
I'm
the shit. It depends on what it is, but I'm gonna tell you right now, they don't call me seeing Chief Chimney for nothing. Your boy got the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Chimney. So when people say like, you know what I mean, like Michelle Obama said, you know what I mean, when they go low, we go high. But I'm gonna tell you right now, I be believing what Charlamagne the God said when they go low, we take it down to the flow. Like what you want to do?
I won't go like low, but I hit like
It
a
depends.
mid. I'm like
It depends.
Trump.
I'ma just say,
You know what
I'ma
I'm saying?
just
I
say,
get
I'ma just say that
right in the middle.
I'm not getting into the mix of no shenanigans unless I'm ready to go to full mind. Like I'm ready to go to
Who
full
said that
yo.
here? Dr. Polite? Okay.
Oh yeah, brother Polite
He
out
here
here.
to stir the pot. What Tina said.
Hold
If
on,
you
we
stay
got a
ready-
couple. Let's work our way down.
Okay, we gonna
Georgia family. We got another Twitch follow. Thank you for the follow.
Hey,
I think it's
yes,
Georgia
thank
family.
you.
Thank you. Sales is laughing. Tina said people need to learn effective communication, how to respect people's boundaries and position. Yeah, and people need to know the difference too. With I 100% agree with that. And people need to understand the difference
People
between
don't even
rules
know
and
what,
boundaries.
Yeah, and they don't even know what their position is. They have this fallacy in their head of
Yeah.
where they think they are or what they think they should have. Like, come on, get out of here. Get
Yeah,
out of here. Yeah, they a trip. But yes, you are exactly right. You are exactly right. See,
Brother
now.
Polite said, nope, I'm here to stir the pot and then leave. First of all, you lying because you ain't sprinting off nowhere in high top black Air Force One strapped up. You're not running many places. You were
He
there
said it
in this
got a
shit.
little crease in it.
That's the
You
crease.
said the crease.
That crease is from scuffles and fisticuffs. That crease ain't from PT. Like, you know what I mean? He ain't. I ain't even believe you. Tina said, if you stay ready, you don't got to get ready. Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you
Okay.
pop the lid off the smoke, you're getting smoked. This thing don't got to warm up. I'm here for all
Listen,
the shits.
all right, y'all northerners, like, calm down. Relax.
Who?
Relax.
Who? It was just me and Tina.
Relax.
Brother Polite from the South.
Relax. Okay? Y'all
Relax.
doing too much. Relax.
Fucking Floridians. And then, you know, my best
Y'all
friend, B
trying to
Rabbit.
pop off on everybody. Hey, bunny.
You know what I mean? B Rabbit out here. I may not start the disrespect, but I'm definitely going to go above and beyond on your energy because because Bunny know it's only two ways to do it. We either ain't going to do it or we going to overdo it. Like, you know what I'm saying? We either not going to acknowledge that shit and I'm being an adult today or it's Hiroshima.
So it's like
Yeah.
when you don't feel like being an adult, then you just don't like
If I don't feel like being an adult, then it's Hiroshima. It ain't no in between. You know how our
But that's
relationship
not
is.
fair, though.
Life ain't fair.
That ain't fair. So one day you just like, oh, I can deal with this. We're gonna do this today. Then it's like, fuck it, I'm out. We gonna do whatever the fuck. No. You can't do that.
No, you like spontaneity.
I do love spontaneity.
You know, so sometimes baby, we should be responsible, this and that. And the next time I'm like, grab the other gun. The other gun. I'm about to kill everybody out this
I want
motherfucker.
John Wick. That's
You
my
know?
favorite.
So then when they go low, kick them in the balls. Sales.
Oh my God.
Pisces gang.
Gang.
They
Y'all
be think-
crazy, Tina.
Nah, they be thinking it's
Y'all
it's two
crazy,
little fish
okay?
out here. Sharks.
Oh, it's not
Two sharks.
So it's just y'all just far away.
No, it
We
ain't
just-
two fish. Yeah, it's just a far
just
view
came.
away.
So it look
because they
like
ain't want to get
fish,
close
but
on the
it's not
sharks.
really.
People's
Oh,
thinking like,
gotcha.
oh, look at them little fish out there swimming together. Pisces and this. Nah, two sharks.
That's what it was. Okay. Oh, okay. I hadn't
Yeah.
noticed. Hadn't noticed.
Do it.
I'm
Overdo
here on
it.
the land. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, you had noticed. You thought you was grounded. And then we just come out there. It's really two orcas. It's two killer whales.
Oh, that's what it is.
That's what it really
so
is.
So it's y'all just like far off in the
Far off
distance.
you, because you don't want to run up on a killer whale. Killer whales got
so-
straight black Air Force One energy.
Oh, okay. Air Force
Homicidal
One.
sea pandas.
With the creases in it.
Homicidal sea pandas.
Okay, gotcha.
Respect
yeah,
it.
I ain't even know.
I give one warning. Don't try me because you won't like me. Big facts. It's like, yo, you gonna get the warning label like, hey man. And I try to be respectful to cats and be like, look, man.
Now I respect that, Tina. Okay, because that's me. That's me all the way. Like one fucking warning. I ain't gotta say it again. Like that's it.
I don't,
Done.
I don't get no
And
warnings.
so, well, we on a different level than that. You know what I'm saying?
Get on my level.
You feel
Get on my level.
You feel your warnings. That's the difference. You feel your warnings. Other people, we not connected like that, so they gotta be told what the hell it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all
Okay.
know. These blanks right here is because I'm not in a safe space. My spirit animal. Yo, you know how ridiculous, on the side note, you know how ridiculous killer whales are?
What?
Orcas?
I mean, I see them at SeaWorld. They always in the news. They don't
Nah.
kill some trainer every
Nah.
2 years. Every 2 years, a trainer dead from the same Shamu.
Yeah, let me tell you this.
Shamu, baby, granddaughter, all that. The
Yeah, let me tell you
genealogy
this.
just need to be
Do
gone.
you know that killer whales, orcas, so that's the black and white whales, They the only whales that go after bigger whales. They'll go fuck with a bigger whale and go put their ass on the t-shirt.
You got big dick energy. You know what I'm saying?
Big dick energy.
What?
And it's like, what you want to do? Yo, these dudes, and then I don't know though. They be having some little dick energy because they'll see a penguin, and you know what they'll do to penguins? Penguins will be on the ice, and they'll go under there and crack the ice so that the penguin gets separated from the rest of his family, and then they'll flip his ass 50 feet in the air.
They just want to play with him. That's it. Just a little play.
Yeah, that's like if a silverback gorilla grabbed you and wanted to play like. It's a bug, Fox. It's okay.
It's an aminal in here. This flew in here. I'm about to flip out.
Fox, it's not even that type of bug.
Is it a love bug? What is this?
Yeah, it's a love bug. Don't worry about it.
They're not out at night. They ain't making love.
Then what you ask that question for? Anyway.
Oh, no, what is this?
Fox is nothing to be worried about. It's going to stay by the lights. It's fine. It just flew in. It'll be okay. Look at Fox. This right here. I want you to let y'all know. When y'all look at us, one of us is from the north. The other one is from the south. Her whole life, she's been in the south. She been in Florida. She been in Florida for 98% of her life. And now she over here.
Because I don't want to fly over here. I don't know what it is.
It's going to be okay. I'll jump on it, baby. I knocked the whole podcast.
Is that door not closed?
I don't know. Yeah, it is. I don't know. It probably was on the window or something. Anyway. What we got? So Eric, oh yeah, Brother Polite said my spirit animal. Yeah, spirit animal, killer whale. Big facts. Tina said facts, killer whale. Yeah, they killers. B Rabbit said honestly, sometimes you just have to take things way too far to get people to understand. Yeah, sometimes you got to make an example out of somebody. Sometimes you got to throw bleach on a motherfucker.
Listen, I'm all for making examples out of people. You know,
sometimes you got to throw bleach on somebody, right?
Sure
B Rabbit,
an audience,
right?
Though.
B Rabbit.
Who you threw bleach on, Bonnie?
I didn't say that she threw bleach on nobody.
Oh, my God.
I didn't say that she threw bleach on nobody. She was a professional woman. She wouldn't throw bleach on nobody.
Oh, Lord. What's your sign, Bonnie? What's your sign? When's your birthday?
September 13th.
September the 13th?
She a Virgo.
Yeah, that would be Virgo.
She a Virgo.
Like, you my mama. I don't trust y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all.
Hey, she said that case is closed. I was riding the line.
Hey. That's it. I believe all you said. That's it.
Tina said, "Oh, you get warnings."
I was birthed from a Virgo. Okay,
explains a lot. Explains a lot. Tina said, "You get warnings. You chose to ignore them. Big facts. You choose to ignore them. That's on you.
You choose to ignore them. That's it.
Facts and sharks too. I feel like sharks is gangster until they see a killer whale. Like sharks is gangbangers until an OG show up, and that's what a killer whale is. Because killer whales only eat like the liver and another part of sharks, and they'll beat the dog shit out of them and leave them there dead. Like they kill and flip seals 50 feet in the air, flipper tag, flip them in the air, kill them and leave them dead.
Play with the meal.
Don't even eat them. They don't even eat them sometimes.
They ain't worth it.
They changed their mind afterwards.
They can't even damn fly.
I ain't even know what it is.
They ain't worth it.
Seals?
I thought you said penguins.
Oh, I was talking about penguins earlier, so I'm going to give you that.
Okay.
You still in the game.
Give me my propers.
And they do fly. When you get flipped 50 feet in the air, you fly. You fucking fly. Killer whale get a hold of your ass and hit you with the your ass gonna fly. Tina said, I feel you. I'm scared of all bugs. Cheers. You're from New York, Tina. Most people from New York is afraid of all bugs.
Wait. How y'all afraid of all bugs? And y'all got the biggest bugs in the world.
Well, we got cockroaches, and that's it. We got roaches. That's it. What else?
Cockroaches. That's a lot. That is.
No, this is the only difference about it.
That's a lot. Just say the word. Cockroaches. That's like a bunch.
Depends. Who's cock is we talking about? Like, fucking, we talking about goddamn.
That's a bunch.
Mandingo or Peter Griffin, right? So no,
that's why we scared of them.
That's why we're scared of them, because of the cock. You're scared of the dick. But no, and when you talk about this, like no, because this is the crazy shit. You talk about, so most of the time in Jersey and stuff like that, we get regular roaches.
We got
wait on that. Yeah. So we got regular roaches. Them Germans. That's what you usually got in Jersey. And you plenty of them Germans.
Y'all got Germans in Jersey?
I think they're the Germans when we was looking at it.
Let me tell you how. I'm definitely afraid of roaches. Okay.
No.
I left. I gotta hold on to that thought. I'm gonna tell the people.
Meadow bugs.
I left I was renting a house, okay, and I left the house because I saw 3 cockroaches, which y'all call cockroaches. They all cockroaches, but I saw 3 of them, and I left the house. I was like, this ain't in my lease. Sorry.
She said the roaches was not part of the lease.
Can have,
you said a refrigerator, a stove. You didn't say
you
about
ain't say
30
nothing
roaches.
about roaches. I don't care if I live in Florida. I don't care if bugs are here. I don't care if around my yard is a bunch of oak trees or whatever trees. I don't give a damn. You ain't say these roaches was part of the lease. Therefore, I am gone. And you going to give me back my deposit and my first and my last. And did they? Hell yes, because I don't play that shit. That's why.
You sound like them old ass ladies who always like telling people off like, you know what, girl, M39, and I told him you gonna tell me that.
I let their ass know. Was my money in my account? Yes, it was. Don't play with me.
I feel like I'm talking to Nana.
I ain't with that
but,
shit.
yeah, they said, no, we don't. Y'all got palmetto, but
right,
exactly. They be trying to say, oh, they must have came out the palmetto tree. It's not that. And this is the crazy shit. This is the crazy shit. If you got roaches up north, and this is wild. Growing up knowing about roaches is like, if I kept my house clean, I don't get roaches. The only time I had to worry about roaches up north is if the neighbors move. Now the roaches is going to migrate to my house. Only in the south do they just decide, like, I don't care how clean your house is. It's warm in here. And it's wet outside. It's dry in here.
And
what's happening?
That's why I'm afraid.
And these motherfuckers be flying.
They flying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
You talk about some.
They got wings. They're like on Red Bull and shit. They have wings.
This the difference. In Jersey, roaches, like growing up in Jersey, whenever you turn the lights on and shit like that, the roaches got respect. They get the fuck up out of there. They scatter like roaches when the lights come on.
What they supposed to
Earl Simmons. Earl Simmons, God rest DMX. He said they scatter like roaches when the lights come on. That shit don't even rock in the South because it's like you turn on the light, that motherfucker start flying at you like, what's up?
So you know what that
looking like Kodak Black and shit with wings.
So you already know I'm from South Florida, okay? So you know roaches, right? That's what it is. He's roaches. The house we had roaches. Wasn't unclean at all, but just where we are, we have roaches.
That's what I'm saying. You can't do nothing about them.
But listen, so the thing that killed me was that somebody was like, roaches blind, they can't see. Be damned. Oh. Be damned. They can't see because I swear, if I go on light and I see a damn roach anywhere, outside, on the porch, wherever, they flying right at me. You tell me they can't see, well, why them hoes always flying at me?
Because, first of all, I mean, they probably might be using echo. They might be using echo relocation. They might be using heat sensors.
I look like somebody they need to sit in on. No, I don't.
I like to sit in on you.
It's
like, no. But Tina said, I agree, Fox. I'm out. You about to knock the whole table over. Keep your head down there long enough. You're gonna have to shut this podcast down. Keep your head down there long enough. We're going to talk about some teams. Mario Hicks, Florida's not the South, it's Florida. Mississippi, Texas, Bama, North Carolina, that's the South. Florida's just a melting pot. Mostly snowbirds, tourists, and people who don't want to pay taxes. LOL. He threw an LOL on there, so that make everything all right. It's like saying with all due respect to my superior when I go to the captain and be like, yo, that's the dumbest shit I ever heard.
LOL.
With all due respect. Like,
bullshit. Okay.
Tina agreed with you, Fox. I agree, Fox. I'm out. But B Rabbit said, Fox, I don't blame you at all. I would have a set of small fire. What? I would have to set a small fire just for the disrespect. Talking about the roaches.
That's right.
Tina, Brother Polite said, palmetto bugs have fucking landing pads, so it's understandable to be nervous around those landing pads.
So those are the one that fly in, I'm assuming, palmetto bugs.
Boy, I'm talking about, so when we lived, our last place that we stayed at in Jacksonville.
The fact that he know which one is which.
He been in Duval his whole life, pretty much, besides being in the military. Yeah, he from Duval.
They have flying roaches here. And I thought it was just down south, like Miami, for a lot of them.
Yeah, what's crazy is when you meet somebody from South Florida.
Everywhere?
When you meet somebody from Florida, and they be like, oh, I'm about to go down south. It's like, Cuba? No, like we in Florida already. Like, Cuba?
Down south, South Florida. That's what we
with Trick Daddy is king. Hey, you know what I'm saying?
Anybody want to move? No, I ain't gonna start. Don't get it started.
So them flying roaches be like, anybody want to die? Like, that's how them flying roaches be coming out. They said palmetto bugs have effing landing pads. He said, yo, Brother Polite said, I left my kids unattended because of the motherfuckers.
I don't blame you. No, I wouldn't do that. Nah, you know what? There was like a little toy bug, a toy roach. It was brown and everything. One of I think it was Beanie. She put it on Seth when Seth was like 4 months old.
I like Beanie.
You imagine my dilemma? Could you imagine my dilemma?
Your baby with a roach on him.
My son.
My son. I prayed for this baby.
My son. And a roach is on him. I was fucking nuts.
Don't worry, everybody.
I didn't leave him.
She
okay?
shot him and had another one.
I did. No, I did. I did not. I did not. I ran over there like
Polite said,
flash,
"Fuck them
like
kids."
light speed. I knocked that shit off. Grabbed my son. I'm surprised he still got his head on his shoulder the way I grabbed his ass. But
No wonder he be confused when I ask some questions. So I be like, so this thing, he be sitting there thinking like,
I be doing it like my
no, that's how he be
son.
thinking like, he like, man, he'll be like,
you trying to figure out the smoothest answer to tell your
nah,
ass.
he figuring out, he'll be like, is you gonna shake me like my mama did 5 years ago? Because if you gonna shake me like that, I don't want to get the answer wrong.
It took me a minute to realize that was a fake roach that she got from school, and he put right here on my son's chest. He 4 months old. Like, I have a thing like, I love my baby, and it's my son, my only son, versus this roach I hate and I'm deathly afraid of. I was in a dilemma. It was like everything was going off at once. Like, what do I do? What do you do?
Grab a shotgun.
No, I wasn't
and
gonna
a
kill
shovel.
my baby.
Hey, God don't make no mistakes.
Whatever.
God don't make no mistakes, Lord. Lord. B Rabbit said, let one roach fly fly my way while I'm down there. She gonna mess around and tear the whole damn wedding up. B Rabbit gonna be flailing all over the floor.
So listen, it will not be. Hopefully, they ain't got roaches over there. Golf.
Let me tell you something. If we didn't went to this country club,
no roaches.
I'm telling you, whatever the black population was before we get there is gonna go up times 50 because we gonna bring the other 50.
Yes.
You can't kill roaches. If you do, you feed the ones that survive. They eat their dead, cannibals.
Nah, if you throw their ass away. What you mean?
You're talking about like if you just kill
the
them
roach and leave them there. Who do that?
People, when you hit them with that fogger and they die, and then the other roach come and be like,
you supposed to come the next day and clean all that shit up.
But they done already got some bodies in there. That roach flying off like this.
They ain't got no bodies. Ain't nobody. First of all, Polite, I got questions.
Polite said I'll make another kid. You can goddamn
I got questions about that.
God gave me these elite swimmers. They go into the walls and die.
Okay, well, let their ass die then.
Hey, man, I'm done with all this talking about, bro. I'm starting to itch and shit.
I don't even want to see, you talk about it too much and you're going to see one. I ain't seen one yet, and we bet not, because it's going to, excuse me, it's time
It's knocking on the wood. They ain't the sound check.
It's time to go.
Ain't nobody playing with you. Ain't nobody even playing with you.
You guys, but that was, that was what we was talking about earlier as far as the question of the day, basically.
I don't know. I don't even know what we doing no more. The
we
people
can't make
over.
that shit up. Oh my God,
We
this
missed the
podcast
can't make
is
this
so
shit up.
long, guys. This podcast is like real. We can always edit it though. You can always edit it though. I have faith in you.
I got a wedding coming up. I ain't got that type of time on my hands, so
We
y'all
got
gonna get this
7 days
raw
left,
and uncut,
guys.
uncircumcised.
Can't make this shit up.
I don't even got it. Yeah, we don't even need to can't make this shit up.
You don't need to can't make this.
We can skip it for this one. Only thing I'm about to get into right now,
What?
boom, is we gonna get into dad jokes early. You ready for these dad jokes?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Where the homie at? You know what I'm saying? John Mungie, they eat roaches in China. Yo.
Why you have to
We
tell
done.
me that? Like,
We
what we
done.
doing? Who is that?
That's Mungie from
Mungie.
Yeah.
Oh, I hear you sometimes when I call in. Okay. Hey, Mungie.
B Rabbit heard you too when she hung up on you when she called.
Well, what?
She heard Mungie and hung up on him like, boop. Okay, here we go. Did you know that diarrhea is hereditary?
What? Why is diarrhea hereditary?
Apparently, it runs in our genes.
Where my brother at? I should call Troy.
So call right now. Tell him to get in. All right, I'm gonna give you one more for. I'm gonna give you one more for the home.
So I love dad jokes, guys. Like that was dope.
The homie
personally.
Amanda,
that was
elite
dope.
with the dad
that
jokes.
was dope, Mrs. The Queen that McDevitt.
You know what I'm
Nobody
saying?
has stepped to thine yet. Okay,
Yeah.
nobody.
Hey, B Rabbit came
Come
through
on,
on her dad
that's a
shit.
shitty
No
family.
apology. That's a shitty family. Get it? Yeah, we gonna put the little drum roll on there just for you if you gonna stay on that bullshit, B Rabbit. And look at you. You was just tickled.
That's that fucking funny.
All right. Let me think.
They're making me finish my whole wine bottle. That's crazy.
They made you finish your whole wine bottle?
Mm-hmm.
They didn't make you do nothing. All right.
A little bit left.
What we got. Did you hear about the claustrophobic astronaut?
Wait.
He just wanted to get a little more space.
That's okay. You know
Okay.
like,
You gotta do one more. Okay,
yeah,
one more. All right, you remember when air used to be free at the gas station?
When?
That might.
Air used to be free. Oh yeah, air was free at one point. Free air. What's up?
Nah, you already on that one. We done with that one.
What we do?
Nah, we done with that. But we'll revisit that another day or something, maybe. All right. And then Brother Polite came in when he said, "Yo, the cheapest meat is deer balls.
Why?
They're under $1." I'll see myself
Who
out.
did that? Who did
Brother
that?
Polite.
I like
Brother
that.
Polite came through with that one. He hit me with
I
that
like
one.
that.
He hit me with that one at work today.
Oh, that was dope.
I was up to like send that to me.
I like
B-Rabbit,
it.
dad jokes are top tier, dog.
Absolutely. Oh, Amanda.
Amanda's
you
elite.
may
Brother
got
Polite.
somebody-
Brother
you
Polite,
may
he only got
somebody
one though.
tryna Nip on your heels
He might
a
be
little
Buster
bit.
Douglas in it. You know what I mean? He
He
came with
might.
one. He looked at me and he was like, "Dad joke for the podcast." He brought me over to the side of the office.
Come here,
I came by
gotta
Abby.
tell
He's
you
like, "Come here, let me holler at you, Unc. Let me holler at you." I'm like, "Send me that."
Yes,
Put that one
I
out for Fox.
absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. That's dope. That's absolutely dope. Yeah. We did.
What didn't we do?
Unless you want me to end it.
Well, I just want to reach
Gun
across.
to your head. Gun to your head. So, gun to your head. You're going to have a premature climax or never climax at all.
Like that's all my nuts is gonna be early, or I'm never gonna nut
Or
again.
you never going to ever nut again. Never know what it feel like. Nothing.
I already know what it feel like. You gonna take that from me?
Nah, it's different though. It's different though because just because you know what it feel like, you want to feel it though. You want to feel it.
What is premature? Are we talking about like I can't get it out the pants? Like I'm trying to get it out the pants. I got
an
erection
within like 5 minutes.
within like 5 minutes. I can make magic happen in 5 minutes. I don't know 5 minutes.
5 minutes, 3 to 5 minutes.
If you was talking about I bust on like the first stroke, I'd be like, nah. But 5 minutes might have just invigorated me. 5
That ain't
minutes.
invigorating.
5 minutes, boy. I'm telling you right in 5 minutes, boy. Your boy might have to 5 minute quick nap, back up, eat some soup. 5 more minutes.
Soup. No, ain't no 5 more minutes.
Well, I only got 5 minutes to death. Like
You got
I'm racking these 5 minutes up, boy. That shit like a goddamn like a dryer. Just put another quarter in that motherfucker.
okay,
We
go
back,
half
baby.
that 2.5. What's up?
2.5.
2.5. What's up? 2.5.
2.5. All right. I don't really. Maybe I practice that semen control. Maybe I take over the world.
You seen? You ain't got all this. I was like,
2.5 is
maybe,
wild.
Maybe
2.5 all the time.
Now you scratching. Maybe.
Because I know how this goes. I would have said 2.5. I mean, and then you were like 30 seconds. I'm like, God damn, dog. Like you were just gonna keep running the timer down.
Nope. Let's keep it at 2.5.
I don't need.
It's that premature. Premature. That means that it's not enough. That's what it means. And you can't make it
You
enough.
let someone, if it ain't
what it
age, make it enough. That's what I'm saying. If it
No,
ain't enough, make
you
it
can't
enough.
make it enough.
You know what? I love you so much that I choose not to come.
You lucky we finna get
love you,
married in
baby.
the next couple of days. You think you cute, right? You think that's cute?
No.
That was
I'm
cute,
medium
though.
handsome, though.
But you think you cute though.
I just want to make sure that my woman happy. Because you know what? I could be saving that energy to
Here he go. Listen to the game, y'all. This is what he do. Ready?
play.
And scene. Go.
Sing. Because I need to be saving that energy for us to build for our future. Show you the love, dedication that I have for you, the strength, working more in the gym, looking better for you, doing all that. I think that you done knocked something loose.
I clapped.
Oh, the camera went dead.
Why is the camera dead?
I don't know. You ain't plug it in.
They can hear us.
Yeah, they can still hear us, but they can't. No. Just leave it. We about done with the podcast.
Yeah, we
so
about done.
sorry
But
about
I
this.
still wanted to see them.
Well, they
Well, I
can't see us.
them. They can see us.
They can't see us, but they can still hear us. Camera went dead. I don't think you plugged it in, Fox.
Where's the other plug? It's only two.
Yeah, it's dead. All right, so
All the way
so what you doing, Fox?
What was the question?
That ain't even fair between a man and a woman because you'll be like, I just come prematurely. As soon as you touch me.
Hey, I'm a premature climax, okay? Because let me tell you, I had years of me not. You know when I had my first climax?
In your 30s?
That's right, in my fucking 30s. So I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna get it fast every time I can, and I don't care, okay? I don't care. So call me selfish, call me whatever you want to call me, but at least you call me, okay? I'm good.
Ain't nobody gonna call you acting like that.
Hey, call me crazy, but at least you call me. Hey.
Well, I think that's a perfect example. Let us know it's time to cut the podcast off when the damn camera go dead. So, run it. Take us out, baby.
Guys, thank you so much for sitting with us in Uncle Legend's Corner. We really appreciate all of your feedback, all of your support. Hit us up if you have any suggestions, anything you want to talk about, anything you want us to, anything you want to vent about. Ask Uncle Legend at gmail.com. And hey, what do y'all think about me doing a Wednesday Wine About It Wednesday when I talk about the wines that I'm drinking for the podcast or whatever?
Alcoholic?
Like that, let me know, okay? Yeah, I do like little alcohol every now and then. You know what I'm saying? Hit us up. Ask Uncle Legend at gmail.com. We appreciate. Keep them dad jokes coming too. I love dad jokes, so go ahead and keep those coming. And if you guys don't need to say anything else, who said that in the chat?
Oh, that was B Rabbit talking about me when I said I wasn't gonna come. She was like, she, you know, B Rabbit be at my neck. She ain't no remorse. Anyway,
so if y'all got something else to say, we still on for a while. We're gonna start recording though, but we still be on for.
You gotta say peace. Like we ain't doing peace.
So how you gonna add that in then? I think you gonna have to
peace. Add it out of there. So you can keep talking to people. I stopped the audio. I'm about to see if why the camera died.
See if they have a chat. What does it say? Scrambled desktop. What does this say? Oh, Streamlabs desktop. I was like, scrambled. You know, I need my glasses. I can't see all this. White words on blackboard back here. Anyway, so we lost some of you guys, but half of you guys are still here. So it's, hey, y'all see me? Can y'all see?
Got anything else? What are we doing?
No. I wanted to say something to the people, and I forgot what it was.
I wanted to say something to the people, but I forgot what it was. I wonder if they wanted to hear little old me talk about the podcast.
No.
They wanted to hear me talk about the podcast. My name is Fox. Fox. Yeah. I just want y'all to hear my
Just be quiet.
My country ass voice. I'm from down South Florida. It's different because you got Duval, Broward, and Pine County. That's like South Florida. And then you got North Florida, and that is Duval County and a little bit of Nassau. And then you got Middle Florida. Middle Florida different. That's where the country folks be at, and they be doing different stuff. They be hunting bears and deer.
Thank you. I had to shut him up. Anyway.
And deer and shit.
Oh, my God. Guys, I forgot what I want to tell you. I thought it was important, though. Oh, so what I did want to say was that we're going to be running spring specials for our classes for concealed carry and one-on-one. So please keep up to date with us on the Legendary Operations Facebook page. So we'll be advertising those soon so you guys can get your classes in, get your concealed carry and or refreshers. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yeah, that would have been some great shit to say on the recording. But
I was trying to. You
I was trying to, but you didn't respect me. I'm a Southern belle.
I'm done.
Is you?
Is you
Is you ain't my baby.
I'm your baby.
Is you is or is you ain't my baby. Yeah, man, y'all got to start sending us some more shit because usually y'all got to like counteract some of the hate mail that I get for being me.
You don't ever tell me about the hate mail because I sound off on all y'all asses.
Nah, because Fox be firing back on people email and be like, fuck you and four motherfuckers that look like you, blah, 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 blah.
I will. ASAP.
Rocky. Speaking of Rocky, we need to take dogs out.
Yeah, it's time. Anyway, good night, guys. Thank you for listening and tuning
Yeah,
in.
if y'all got anything, start sending some shit in. And
We'll see you guys on Sunday, and that might be our only podcast. I don't know if we're going to be able to squeeze one in because, next week is our big day. So we have a lot going on that week. So we may, a lot of family coming in, friends, blah, blah, blah. So
this is the other thing.
we may not have time to squeeze another one in, but we might do another one. What today is? Oh, we'll do another one over the weekend then. We'll do it Saturday or Saturday because we'll be busy Sunday.
The monster going to be here Saturday.
Yeah. No. Is it Saturday?
Chunks McGee going to be here.
Oh, we might do one Friday. Tomorrow. We're going to have to do one tomorrow to put it out, but we'll put it out later, though. But they can still interact with us, though.
Hey, yo, the other thing is, I got to figure the login, all right? But I'm about to figure the login back out. But we're going to start putting out the TikTok stuff because we need to get to 1,000 followers on TikTok so I can go live on TikTok as well for the podcast.
Yes,
so,
let's go live on TikTok, guys.
Yeah, we'll put that. I got everything set up to do the live on TikTok, just like I got it set up for Instagram, but it got different
we got
ratios.
People in different countries listening. We got people different states listening. Like, what's
And then we getting ready to set up the Patreon, so y'all keep supporting us. We can get more gear, get more stuff. We can pay a little more attention to this, because right now, when something don't pay the bills, we trying to entertain y'all, but we real people. We got dinner to cook and dogs to take care of, kids, food, all type of shit.
Y'all too, and we know that this is the way you guys see us. If you guys haven't seen us in a while, so it'll be great.
And if you want to be on the show too, holla at us.
Yes, we don't have any stipulations. So if you guys want to be on the show, when I say any, I mean I'll find something interesting about you to talk about. Please don't be mad at me if I capitalize on it, but I'm just letting you know. So we'll find something interesting to talk about. If you have something on your heart you want to get out, let us talk about it. So, yes, you can always be a guest on the show. Ask UncleLegend@gmail.com or hit our cells. Like, you know our numbers.
Maybe not.
If you don't know mine, you know his.
If you don't know either one of ours,
Then
because some people, because I don't know anybody in Russia.
My number is on Facebook, so
you probably shouldn't put that out there.
It's on Facebook.
You're gonna be blocking
it's been
a
out
lot
there
of calls.
for the world for how many days? How many years? It's been on Facebook. My number has not changed.